Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox coming to you today with the review for Love and Marriage Detroit, Season 1, Episode 10, and that would also be the finale, you guys. With no more further ado, let's get to it, shall we? All right, you guys, so... Child, we had two finales last night that I got to review. Let's get through them. So the show starts where it ended last week, which was with Brandon and his mom at the therapist, talking about their blase, very nonchalant relationship. Okay, Brandon's emotional because the mom, at least the way he sees it, can kind of take it or leave it. If Brandon is around, fine. If he's not around, fine. Brandon says that he didn't have a good relationship with his father, of course, growing up. And then when he got older, him and his father still couldn't, even though I guess they had a little bit more contact, they still couldn't get to this point where Brandon wanted it to be. You know, the father always was just like, I ain't gonna hold you, tell him what he need and hurry up and get off the phone with him. Didn't see him and all of that. So Brandon feels like he's been offcast by both his parents. He doesn't want to have that with the mom anymore. And I think the mom is just sort of like, okay, if you want to talk more, fine. And if you don't, fine. But mom is fine with the way everything is. Okay. She is like, I got friends who say they talk to their kids every day. She was just like, no, I don't have to talk to Brandon every day. She looked like she wanted to say, I don't want to talk to anybody every day, including Brandon, And then Brandon says he don't want to talk to anybody every day all the time either, So then the therapist tells her, now that's a personal issue with you that you're going to have to work on, because I can understand not wanting to be bothered by outside people, but you have a family. So you are definitely going to have to talk to your wife and, your kids. Every day if you're home with them. Nobody expects you to be present but not present, So that's something Brandon has to work on. Obviously, Brandon has that because of the relationship that he's had with his parents. And so, just one of those examples where we see we're product of our childhood. That shit stays with us. Just a little bit more proof that that's what it is. So anyway, the therapist tells them that they just have to work on their relationship. I guess the relationship can be either as close or as distant as the two of them make it. It's all about them making the effort. So, but when I look at that, I was like, that mama looked like she ain't really that mama looked like she I ain't really like she doing this for the show and everything, but I don't think she has any intentions of changing their relationship, not as of now anyway. Now we see Christina's having an influencer event with Harper Ray. We've heard a lot about Harper Ray. Remember, the Colby cat was trying to jump in on her influencers deal that she had with Harper Ray. Christina made sure that Colby was not a part of that. Colby had a problem with it, But anyway, they've now gotten past that, and now Christina's having her event with Harper Ray, and all of the folks in Detroit, they're all showing up to network and support this. So of course we have we have Colby and Latoya. They both come. Latoya says she feels like this is a cool event for her to network at, with her wine company that she has. Maybe she'll meet more people and be able to talk up her wine a little bit more. And of course Colby said, yeah, she was not, she was kind of hesitant at first to come because the way, her and Christina, it had been put a bad taste in her mouth when her and Christina got into it over this possible collaboration with Harper Ray. But you know what? She thought about it. She was just like, we've already moved past that. She's fine. She wants to make sure that she supports Christina. So that is the reason why she is there. And then, of course, Christina's happy that they both made it there. She knows that they've all had kind of a rocky start, her and Latoya, then, of course, her and Colby. So it is good to see the ladies there, showing their support. So she's happy about that. The three girls, they get together and they're talking. And then Latoya was just like, so does this seem like, we guys can maybe do a collab? And Christina was just like, here she go again, butting in when did nobody ask her. I have a feeling Christina don't really want to collab with Colby like that, okay? I probably wouldn't want to either, especially how she tried to jump in on this deal, you know. But Christina's not going to say that. She's just sort of, you know, of course, saying she don't understand why LaToya's even in it anyway. Because LaToya don't know what else to say, child. LaToya just there. She a damn doctor, you know. She don't even be dealing with this kind of shit usually. So, you know, she just trying to feel the time. Colby is just like, slow your roll. You know, we ain't quite got back to the point where we talking about having collabs and everything. We just trying to get to a good sisterly friendship, some sort of space where, you know, we don't feel like we competing and fighting and shit. So while Colby appreciates LaToya looking out, you know, Colby is just like, she good. LaToya tried to tell Christina how she needs to approach, you know, food and wine influencers too, you know, and Christina's like, I got this. And like I said, Christina says that she's not where she would like to be with both of the girls, LaToya and Colby, but they are going in the right direction. And they do, you know, they did show up to support her today, so she's happy about that, okay? So they're trying to get it together, you guys. I don't know why what we trying to get together, because the fights that they had was so stupid. But, I mean, okay, you would think that they really been through some shit, right? Ain't been through nothing. Later on, we see Christina go up to Star Factory to visit Brandon, you know, and she's there to help him. She says that she's here to stay this time because, honey, they got to put Detroit on the map. And obviously, Brandon couldn't do it by himself. So, you know what? She's here and she's here to stay. So, Brandon, Christina, and another guy, they decide to sit down. And I guess they're going to audition / kind of test the talent that's going to be performing at the Star Factory show that they have. So they have Nyjah. Now, we ain't seen Nyjah since the beginning of the season. Remember, they was leading us to think that Brandon was possibly messing with this Nyjah girl, but they decided to switch up that storyline, it looks like, and they're not going in that direction, okay? But, you know, when Nyjah comes in there, you know, Christina's looking at her, and she's not really impressed with the look and the sound, you know, but she feels like she can help Brandon, so, I mean, I guess. But I just think that it's funny that the way they acted those first few episodes and made it seem like Brandon was messing with Nyjah and then nothing. And now we looking like next season, if there is one, they're going to be trying to say that Christina and this boy, Larique, mama named him Sean, would, you know, that Christina might have been messing with. So, yeah, it's all just a mess. Anyway, Christina, after the girl sings, you know, Christina tells her, you know, that she needs to just do it a little different, you know, slow down. You know, in that part when you go, Christina wants us to know that she can sing. I was like, girl, that mew mew pew pew bullshit, baby talk, babbling mess that you doing, it sounds, the girl and you sound alike. But anyway, she says it's time to step it up because all of Detroit is watching. Well, I mean, we all watching on TV and we not impressed. Now, jumping over to Colby and Russell, we see them two walking their dog, you know, and again, Colby and Russell seemed like they were fine at the beginning of the season. They've seemed fine this whole time, with the exception of the fact that Russell do what the hell he want to do, and, you know, Colby just find out about it, I guess. But the way they're having this conversation, okay, first of all, you know, Rev Russell, he tells her on the walk that, you know, I had a talk with some of the people over the financials at the gym, and, you know, well, they actually been they've been avoiding us, you know, they haven't been speaking, they've been non-communicative, and so that's a red flag for him. I said, you just getting a red flag, huh? Okay. So now I guess he's pulling out of the gym buying business. And Colby says, you know, she just glad that he told her that, you know, and that they need to do a better job of communicating. You know, apparently Rev Russell wanted to go to counseling back in the day. She ain't want to do it because she felt like Russell was trying to tell her something without saying it. But now that they're having all these problems with communicating with each other and everything, maybe it is a good idea to just check in with each other, go to the therapist, and see what they can work on, you know. So now she thinks she's going to be ready to take up Rev Russell on his suggestion because, you know, they just got to make sure that everything is good, that they communicate. So, I mean, I guess. So, Rev Russell and Colby is working on their marriage. What's wrong with the marriage to begin with? We see Latoya and McAnthony. They in the backyard with the kids, and she says that they've grown a lot as a couple. I guess in these last 10 episodes is what they're talking about, that they've grown a lot as a couple. McAnthony says that he's happy with their relationship as well. She says that they've grown and they're in a great space, and she just doesn't want to ever be in a bad space with him ever, again. So they're going to work through whatever. So I guess she's talking about the fact that he had moved to Atlanta or everything. So, he was just like, oh, that mean I can move to LA or, New York? And she was just like, no, nigga, ain't nobody said you could do all of that. Why McAnthony always trying to go some damn where? Okay, maybe they'll explore that next season instead of trying to make it seem like him and Latoya got this perfect marriage and everything. But McAnthony's still talking about that stupid ass man's movement. I said, nigga, if you knew like I did, you wouldn't even talk about that mess no more. Shit. But anyway, child, that's pretty much it. Let's get to the showcase. So, the day of the showcase, McAnthony is excited. The day is here. Brandon is excited. He says this show means everything to Star Factory, is what's going to put him on the map, is what's going to get everybody's attention out there in Detroit. I mean, he really has to have a great showcase. Even though McAnthony tried to kill it or throw it off track or try to get rid of Brandon, basically. You know what? Brandon said, nah, nigga, this is my shit right here. He about to prove to everybody that he has the talent. So Brandon is talking to the artist that's going to be performing, I'm assuming. And of course, the Nyjah girl is one of them. Like, he tells him, like, we really need you to kill it. We really need you to do a great job, That Nyjah gonna ask him, where was the stage at? And they was like, girl, if you don't know where the stage at, then we really batting 1,000 here, So they was like, they're going to stage right there. It's not all that big. I said, I hope it's bigger than that little square that they showed us, because otherwise them people was going to have to sing standing straight still. So anyway, you guys, they are really trying to make sure that this thing goes well. Okay, Brandon has a lot riding on it. He needs, this to be worth it, all the drama that he's been through. So anyway, the ladies pull up to support. Christina is there, Latoya is there, Colby is there, and guess what? They all have on green. That must mean that we are all on the same page, because they didn't even tell each other to do that. So, everybody's proud. Latoya's proud that they was able to pull this whole thing off. It's just like, mwah, it's perfect, chef's kiss. Now, while the girls are just kind of waiting around for the show to start or whatever, Colby notices that Christina's been, pretty googly-eyed with some Mr. Braids. She was just like, I don't know if, who this guy is, but Christina keeps going over there and she's talking, and I'm just like, who is he? Like, is this an ex? Or, I mean, it's obvious that Christina and Larique / Sean have history. And Brandon ain't liking the fact that Larique is there too, because he had already told McAnthony. I said, well, you know what your word is with McAnthony. He ain't paying no attention to nothing you say, boy. But he say that he mad that Larique is there. This is when they confirm that Larique and Christina, well, the way that Christina explained it to Brandon is that Larique actually liked Christina back in the day, but she didn't. Okay. But I don't know. When I'm looking at these two up here, with all this conversation and the googly eyes and all of that, I'm just like, there's more to that story. Or they're gonna play up that story, I should say, because honey, everybody on here look like they lying, child. So that's that. Anyway, we're gonna get this show started, right? So Brandon's artist, Nyjah, the one that everything is riding on, they get her up there, and I mean, she ain't Beyonce. Baby, she ain't fixing to give it to y'all like that. She gonna do the best she can. And they was just like, I mean, she ain't killing it, but Christina was like, I mean, she better than what I expected, but she still ain't quite where they want her to be, but at least she's there and she's doing the job that they've paid her to do, I suppose. But, she's up there, and then here go Colby. So, this is Brandon's artist, and, I guess, did he help her with choreography? Where was his hands placed? I was just like, why is Colby? None of it made sense because, like I said, they changed the direction of that storyline. So I feel like Colby was still talking in the confessionals as if they were keeping that storyline of Brandon messing around with the girl Nyjah, but they cut that storyline. So now we sitting here listening to Colby talking. It just sounds like she's hating, right? Because it don't even make sense. We ain't heard of this Nyjah girl the whole time. I feel like they trying to still reserve that storyline in their back pocket just in case they come back next season. Christina gonna be messing with Larique and Brandon gonna be messing with Nyjah, or there's going to be some sort of suspicion between those four people, you know, so we'll see. Y'all mark my words, though. If the show comes back, they're definitely going to expand on some of that. But y'all saw how Larique was like, you should have been the one up there singing, you know, telling Christina that. And she was just like, what you mean, Sean? You know, oh, I know you now. I know you from a long time ago because you the only person called me Sean. Oh, you always going to be Sean to me. Okay. But he telling her how she need to be singing, and, you know, he gonna produce her. Brandon standing right there. You know, Brandon walks up and, you know, like, you trying to steal my wife too? You know, you steal my clients. And then, of course, Larique say he ain't stealing clients and all of that. And after they have a few words, the man is telling Christina she the star, and he gonna give her one song, you know, that they can do together and all of this. And she was just like, you know, maybe. And I was just like, girl, maybe she like gets a good little kick out of it, because if Brandon's out there doing what the hell she doing, I mean, whatever the hell he doing, maybe she feels like, you know, even if she has no intentions of messing with Larique, you know, maybe it is good to kind of stick it to Brandon a little bit so that he knows how it feels to be kind of unsure about where they stand in their marriage. Maybe that's what Christina's doing, child. I don't know. But at the end of that conversation, Brandon and Larique come to some sort of understanding. Brandon says, you know, I think we might have to just agree to disagree on this one, you know, but maybe we could just move forward from this point on. And Larique seems to agree. And then he gets a cute little pinky swear between him and Christina, you know, that they're going to work on some things. I was just like... And then we get all of the couples together, plus Bravo. Brandon and McAnthony talk, you know, trying to figure out where their friendship stands. You know, McAnthony is always going to be like, you know, I want you to win. I want everybody to win. You know, that's McAnthony's talk. Brandon says he just needs to be able to feel the love coming from McAnthony. So McAnthony was like, bring it in. So they hug it all out. Okay, good. Then they talk about, as a group, how they've all grown together. Again, I don't really know what we've been through. It doesn't even feel like there's been anything for them to feel like they've made it over to the other side. You know, it's just sort of like, okay, it's the end of the season, so let's talk about all of the stuff that happened and how we made it over. And I was just like, okay, LaToya says that they need to build their friendships. McAnthony says that he feels like they've all gotten to a better place. Rev Russell says that they've done the work, the hard work, the deep work, you know, to make their friendships and their relationships work. And Colby says that they're good, you know, no bad blood, no animosity. They give each other grace, is what Colby said. Brandon said that they're the movers and the shakers of Detroit. So they have got to make sure that they continue to bring it to you guys every single time that they get up on that screen. And Christina closes it out by saying that she loves everyone and she hopes that they, you know, can all be together or be there for each other, you know, continue to grow and all of that, child. It just was like, yeah, we'll see. The reunions always get a little spice going, so maybe the reunion will help them along and get us ready for maybe a second season. But at this point, if they don't come back, child, we gonna be fine with that. All right, you guys, that is it. Let me get on over to do the Real Housewives of Atlanta review. But what do you guys think about Detroit? Like I asked, do you think that the show will come back? Because I just don't know. They're going to have to give it a little bit more of their attention. It feels kind of thrown together at this point, but we'll see, you guys. That is it. Make sure that you thumbs up this video, comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm itsrox. The channel is itsrox. Everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, rock stars. Bye.